Brad said 59 Zozos, 58 4 Cyberknife.
Talk about the work at 5:15 this morning.
A really good breeze. They both work 5/8 together, Zozos and Cyberknife from the 5/8 pole. We had them around 59 out, 11 and 1. So good move, really good move. Track's tight. I was happy with the way they were moving together in company. So I was very pleased with it.
With pairing them up as workmates, how did you think they would, kind of match up? So they didn't work with each other last week.
No, they didn't. They had worked together before. I can't remember exactly when back this winter, but they had worked against one another in some point this winter. But I figured it would be a good matchup. I mean, we weren't looking to let one of them get away from the other, just kind of cruise around there in the bridle, and it worked out really well. Flavien was on Zozos, and Florent was on Cyberknife, and they did a great job of getting to the pole and letting him break off in hand and kind of staying that way throughout.
Both you and Flo have talked about how challenging Cyberknife can be with his, he can be a very playful horse. Are you seeing, even more improvement with him from a maturity standpoint though recently?
I think so, yeah. He's been really good since the Arkansas Derby, and even before leading into the Arkansas Derby was really good. So super pleased with how he's acting and settled in here at Churchill, and he's moving great.
Being a gun runner, did you expect him to maybe come around a little bit more as he was 3? I know some have bloomed early, but this is kind of what I expected from them.
Yeah, no, I mean, he's obviously unbelievable freshman season as a sire, and he's continued on at 3. So, he's all around sire for sure. You can get him to run early, you can get him to run later on, it looks like, and he's definitely making his impact on the breeze for sure.
You said they were cruising around there, but it's been 5 weeks for one, 6 weeks for the other. When come the Derby, the other one. So, but you wanted him. I'm guessing they might have been cruising, but you wanted him to get something out of it.
Yeah, for sure. They got a little blow out of it, drink some water afterwards, and yeah, they got something out of it. And they're, it's the Kentucky Derby. It's a mile and a quarter. It's demanding. So, if they're going to be able to do it, they need to be able to handle what we're going to throw at them in the mornings. But once again, super pleased with both of them and how they breezed. I think we're set up in a good spot.
You said before with the Derby that you can't baby a horse into the Derby. That they've got to be. And is that something that again, last year were your first starters, but just observing because you pay attention to what other people are doing.
I feel like we let them. They like I said, they were well in hand, and this morning, these horses, breezed along pretty well and galloped that good. But you want to be able to do it and feel like you got to have a gear left, I should say. And I think these horses this morning did, and they got something out of it. And we're 7 days out, and should be ready to roll next week.
There are a lot of, well-regarded contenders this year who are still relatively lightly raced. How much currency do you feel that you have with Cyberknife that he does have, even though he has acted green, he has a lot more experience.
Yeah, race experience. He's definitely gotten better as he's raced more and more. Mm-hmm. He's obviously started to put it together in his last 2 starts. For sure. So it's valuable in his case. I wouldn't want to be taking him into the Kentucky Derby with 3 starts. But, obviously when you look at some of the other lightly raced colts, such as Zozos, I think oftentimes they may not be as seasoned, but maybe they're extremely intelligent horses. Therefore, they can maybe process things a little easier and not get themselves worked up. But look, it's you can win this thing multiple ways, and we're kind of attacking it from 3 different ways in regards to Tawnyport. Obviously, it's going to be 3 weeks and 3 races in 5 weeks for him with Jeff Ruby, the Lexington, and obviously the Derby. and then you have you know, Zozos slightly raced back in 6 weeks. And then Cyberknife, obviously the most experienced horse we have in regards to you know, starts. So we're kind of attacking it from all different angles, and hopefully one of them works.
Yeah, that's right. You're talking about Tawnyport, 3 races in how many weeks is it? 5?
I guess it'll be 5.
5,
yes, yeah.
and the other one's had 3 races in his whole career.
Yes, exactly. So, you know, once again, I mean, attacking it from all different angles and hope one of them work out.
Are there any parameters, you know, so-called Derby rules that even in your mind hold up anymore?
No, not really, and I think the point system's definitely changed that a good bit for sure. So, but no, there's no recipe to this.
When you look around at who we think is going to be entering on Monday, I mean, because one thing in the point system, the pace, other than when Palace Malice got blinkers, has been, you know, not slow, but not fast.
Yeah, it's moderate.
What do you think this year?
Similar. I mean, I think you know, they're not going to walk around there, but you know, there's going to be some horses break and, you know, try to get the front. You know, I think you definitely in the Kentucky Derby you got to break and ask your horse to run out there, because positioning is very key. It doesn't mean a horse can't win from the back of the pack or being last going into the first turn, but I do think it is tough to get by 19 really good 3-year-olds that, you know, unless there's an incredibly hot pace, we'll see how it goes.
What is the appearance of Classic Causeway in there?
And I don't really know. I mean, he's obviously a pace presence, and you know, will have something to do up front. I think we're still waiting to hear maybe if early voting comes.
There'd have to be a defection of a quality pace horse, I think.
Chad basically said he's more than likely going to trade him into the Preakness.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. We just once again, we're kind of really, once we draw and kind of look where the pace, the speed is, kind of make decisions on our plans. But you know, we'll see. I don't think it's going to be a blazing hot pace. I really don't.